Hi, everybody. Ezra Levant here. I'm at the Toronto International Airport before dawn. Got up really early today. We're taking the first flight to Winnipeg, Manitoba. Then we're renting a car and driving just over an hour to a small town called Carman, Manitoba, population around 3,000 people, where a couple of days ago, a church was completely torched. It was a huge fire. 18 firefighters apparently were needed to put out the blaze. Police call it suspicious. They suspect arson. Now, there are acts of arson that are not politically motivated, but in Canada, we've had a string of church arsons and other vandalisms. If you include other kinds of vandalism, more than 400 churches in Canada have been hit, about 100 of those with fire. This is shocking, and just as shocking as it is, it's even more startling that these do not receive more media coverage. A few months ago, I attended a major church in Toronto. I'd even call it a cathedral. It was enormous. Again, completely torched, and practically zero interest from the political media establishment. They cover it as some random quirk rather than a clear pattern. There is a pattern of targeting churches in Canada. And instead of having a commission of inquiry or setting up a police task force to integrate all these church arsons, the government has either done nothing, or in the case of Justin Trudeau, thankfully our departed prime minister, he and his senior advisor, Gerald Butts, actually said these fires are understandable. They literally said that because they think it's some sort of karmic punishment, they say.
One of my reflections is I understand the anger that's out there against the federal government, against institutions like the Catholic Church. It is real, and it is fully understandable given the shameful history that we're all becoming more and more aware of and engaging ourselves to do better as Canadians.
For the way churches apparently treated Indigenous peoples more than a century ago. In other words, they're actually blaming the victims. Could you imagine if more than 100 mosques had been torched in Canada? This country would be under martial law, but it's churches, so nobody cares. Well, we care, and that's why we getting going so early this morning, and we're going to see what we see. We're going to go to Carman, Manitoba. We're going to go to the church. The fire has been put out now, obviously, so we'll just be able to see the wreckage. We're going to try and talk to people in Carman to find out what's going on. What do they think happened? And what do they think about the relative silence with which this act of possible terrorism has happened? Now, I'm going along with our videographer, Lincoln J. We're flying to Winnipeg on short notice, renting the car. Now, we're coming back late tonight, so we're not actually incurring any hotel costs. But between the car rental and the flights, it's going to cost us close to $1,000 to get out there today. If you can help us cover that cost, I'd be very grateful. As you know, Rebel News doesn't take any government money, and it shows. I mean, the CBC really doesn't give a damn about these church fires. They're sort of cheering on the flames. They hate Christians. We believe in fighting for freedom of religion and stopping these church fires. If you want to help us in our mission, go to saveourchurches.ca. All right, we better get on the plane now, and I'll give you a report when we've landed in Winnipeg and make our way to Carman.